Hey, this is Richard Obert of the Arizona Republic. I'm here at Chaparral High School, where Friday night the Firebirds will be taking on arch rival Saguaro Sabercats. It's going to be a big game. It's kind of the renewal of sorts of this great rivalry that began in 1973. Saguaro is without their star running back Israel Benjamin, who suffered a foot injury in the first game of the year, a loss to Cathedral Catholic in San Diego. Since then, they've been using Keely Ringo, cornerback, and linebacker Will Schaefer as part of their running back by committee, and it's really given them a boost on offense. And Tyler Beveridge had a good season so far throwing the ball. But then you turn around in Chaparral, they've been hit with a lot of injuries. They've had like 7 starters out with injuries. They're probably going to have a few more this week out with injury, but they do return Tommy Christakos, the All-Arizona wide receiver who committed to Cal. But the question with this though is who's going to be throwing passes to Christakos this Friday. Will it be Jack Miller, Ohio State bound Jack Miller, or is it going to be the super soft Brayton Silbor? Miller tweaked his shoulder a few weeks ago. He didn't play against La Jolla, and Silbor played. He had a really good game, and he was thrust into action late last year when Miller injured his knee, so he's ready for this. I think he's matured a lot. He's got a big arm, and he will not shy away from the occasion in this big rivalry game. Moving on, let's go look at Pinnacle. Pinnacle is on the road. They go to Washington State, where they're going to play Shamanish Eastside Catholic, and they're ranked number 14 nationally by USA Today. Eastside Catholic is that school that came in late December last year, played Peoria Centennial, shut them out. That was Centennial's only loss last year. They were part of that Geico Bowl. And so that's a really good team. They're 2-0. Pinnacle had last week off, so they'll be ready. J.D. Johnson's one of the best quarterbacks in the nation, committed to Michigan. And we got Mountain Pointe is playing at Hamilton. Hamilton is 4-0. They were 3-7 last year, the worst season in school history. This is year 2 for Mike Zadeski, head coach, and he's got this program turned around. But this is one of those games where it's going to be physical. It's going to be a great matchup. There's an uptick in the profile of this game just because of what's going on with Mountain Pointe this week. They discovered that an assistant coach had been leaking game plans to opposing coaches over the course of 3 years. So that's gonna make this become a high-profile game to look at. Moving on, we have Basha is playing at Highland. Basha is 4-0. Highland is 3-1. And Highland's only loss was to Hamilton by a touchdown. Basha really hasn't had a big game yet, and this will be their first true test to see how dangerous they are. They do have one of the best offenses in the state, led by quarterback Gabe Friend, and he's got a lot of weapons around him, a lot of fast guys that he can get the ball to. Another interesting game is a small school game is Benjamin Franklin at Coolidge. Both teams are 4-0 in 3A, and Benjamin Franklin, this is their highest ranking ever as a school. They're ranked number 2 in the state in 3A by the Arizona Republic. They're led by Zach Jeffries, the son of head coach Dave Jeffries, who runs a double wing T. Zach is a big part of that offense. Another big game is Higley at Millennium. Higley's 2-2, Millennium's 3-0. Higley is starting to find the rhythm behind junior quarterback Kai Milner. He was a little off his first 2 games. He only combined for 2 touchdowns his first 2 games, both losses. Since then, he's been on fire. He's thrown 634 yards and had 9 touchdown passes the last 2 games, including last week in Seattle against Rainier Beach, where he had 362 yards and 5 touchdowns passing in a blowout. And that will do it for this week. This is week 5 in Arizona high school football. Reporting from Chaparral High School, Richard Obert of the Arizona Republic. And stay tuned later Friday night. You'll be able to see AZ replay and look back on all the games played on Friday night.